An absolute discharge is the lowest level adult sentence that an offender can get. If an offender gets an absolute discharge, a finding of guilt is made but no conviction is registered, and they are not given any conditions to follow, i.e. a probation order. The offender is finished with their case that day. They don't have to come to court again or check in with a probation officer. An absolute discharge will stay on an offender's criminal record for 1 year after the date they received the discharge. The offender doesn't have to apply for a pardon for the discharge to be removed from their record. A conditional discharge is similar to an absolute discharge because a finding of guilt is made, but no conviction is registered. What makes it different from an absolute discharge is that there are conditions that the offender must follow. The conditions always come in a probation order that can be in effect from 1 to 3 years. A conditional discharge stays on an offender's criminal record for 3 years after the completion of the probation order. Like an absolute discharge, the offender doesn't have to apply for a pardon for the discharge to be removed from his or her record. Like a conditional discharge, a suspended sentence involves following conditions in a probation order for a period of 1 to 3 years. The main difference between a conditional discharge and a suspended sentence is that an offender who gets a suspended sentence has a conviction registered against them. This means that the offender who gets a suspended sentence will have a criminal record and will have to apply for a pardon to have the conviction removed from their record. Probation is a court order to do or not to do certain things for a period of time. It is usually called a probation order. An offender who gets a conditional discharge or a suspended sentence will always have a probation order that they must follow. Every probation order will have the following conditions: keep the peace and be of good behavior, appear in court when ordered by the court, tell the court or probation officer about any change of name, address, or job. Other conditions sometimes included as part of a probation order are: not buy, carry, or drink alcohol, not have or use drugs that aren't prescribed by a doctor, not have or carry any weapons, i.e. knives, perform community service, not to call, text message, or email a certain person or persons, give money back to a victim, stay away from a certain person or persons and not go to their house or where they work, go to counseling or rehabilitation, and report to a probation officer, sometimes every week or month.